Hello and welcome to, or welcome back to Live, Laugh, Lily Kincade with your host, your girl, Lily Kincade. I always kind of feel like no one knows I have a podcast, but I kind of like it that way. It's like our little secret vibe, our little secret chat. You know, one day these clips will resurface and people are going to be like, where are those from? And they're going to be like, Live, Laugh, Lily Kincade, the podcast. Get on it. So much. Okay, first of all, to start it off, I have a new song out. It came out 2 days ago. I'm still not over it. Like, it's still weird to me. It's weird. It feels like your birthday every time a song comes out, where like, you know what's gonna happen, but it still kind of doesn't feel real. No pun intended. Go Stream Real by Lily Kincade. But it's this song I love, and I'm really proud of this song. I wrote it by myself on this piano, and it's just it's a bop. Even if it wasn't my own song, I would be listening to this. Like I've had like 3 songs on repeat today. I've had How Did It End, Taylor Swift, this song, Try to Run by Lily Kincade, and Cool, Gracie Abrams from The Secret of Us Deluxe. Just those 3 songs on repeat, and I don't know. And Is It Over Now, 1989 TV vault song, because that's almost a year old, and I've been thinking about that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm back in that vibe again, which I love. Like, this is the start of officially Sad Girl Fall, you know, and then the holidays come and it kicks in. Anyways, also on another note, this is episode 10 of season 2, which is just wild to me how fast these are flying. I'm not sure how many episodes of season 2 I'm going to do, but I'm just going to continue to talk about things. And of course, as always, if there's ever something you want advice on, because a lot of people DM me, but if there's something you want like a bigger advice on, or just something overall, let me know, because I'll do a whole episode on it. Yeah, you can leave it in like the comments or the show notes, or also you can DM me. Also, okay, if you're watching the video instead of just listening to it, I got my nails done in a new shade. So I'm like a creature of habit, right? I have like my go-to red color that I wear. I'll do like a French or black. I used to do my nails only white, then I used to do my nails only black, and then I got this red color. Anyways, long story short, I got a new color for fall. It's a burgundy, but it's not like a purple burgundy, because I didn't want it to be too cool toned. So I got like a red burgundy, and my nails feel so witchy. I just love it. I love it. It feels so fall, and it makes me so happy, especially too, like I'm waiting to get my hair done because my hairstylist is on vacation, and I'm like, I need my hair. I'm going to probably get it a little bit deeper like darker red. So that way, not that it matches my nails, but just a little deeper. So it like fall, like, you know, anyways, that's the tea. That's what's happening. Anyways, episode 10, let's get into it. Episode 10, How to Love Difficult People. I was inspired to do this episode by this book I'm currently reading. I'm not done with it. I'm probably like almost halfway through. Do you guys know those little libraries that, maybe you don't, but maybe you do. Okay, there's these libraries that they probably have them in other countries or other states, I don't know, but they're like, people put them in their front yard, and it's like it looks like a birdhouse, but it's like a little library, and it's like a little free library where you like, if you have a book at your house that you're done reading, you can like put it in there, and then you can like take a book. And when I was in Tennessee last week, I stumbled across one that was full of books, and I got this book. It is Everybody Always, Becoming Love in a World Full of Setbacks and Difficult People by Bob Goff. I've read his first book, his bestseller, Love Does, but this is his second book. And I was like, oh, this looks good. Like, I should read this. It was literally like kind of brand new. So shout out to the girl or whoever left this in there. Thank you for this. It's changing my life. I started reading it on the airplane when I was flying to LA about 3 or 4 days ago. And I was crying. I was crying on the airplane because it was just so good. They're like little chapters, and each chapter kind of tells a story. It just has a really good way of, like the title is, how to love people, how to love everybody always, and always see from a viewpoint of love, even when people are difficult, even when people disagree with you, even when everything is falling apart, or even when there's setbacks. And like, I already like, yeah, I'm halfway through now, but I was crying on the airplane. I literally had like an eye mask on, and I had to like use the eye mask to like wipe away the tears, because they were just like dripping and they wouldn't stop. But it was good tears, like happy, healing tears. But I was inspired by this book to kind of talk about this, and obviously I'm still learning from it because there's still like half of the book left. But so far, there's some tips in here that have really helped me, from little things to big things, because like I said, it's like, you know, it feels like nobody knows how to like interact socially anymore, or like how to, and I miss those days of like, you know, when you're at the grocery store smiling to people, or like how to not let things get to you. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about that. Anyways, highly recommend this book. You should see if they have it at your local library, or I'm sure they have it on Amazon or whatever. But I have some quotes since we start off every episode of Live, Laugh, Lily Kincade with some quotes. Of course, these are all quotes from the book that I found online, but they're so good. Like, I cannot recommend this book enough. My mom is going to read it after me, but I literally read the first 3 chapters aloud to her after I'd read them because I was like, you have to hear this. And we were both crying because they were so good. Okay, these are like some of the quotes that I saved from this book from the chapters I've read so far. Anyways, okay, the first one is, when joy is a habit, love is a reflex. So it's like when you start to see everything as joyous and you start to live life positively, naturally you're going to be more loving, even in the difficult situations, even in the times where it's like, oh my gosh, like everything's going wrong. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. What's something positive out of it? If you can start to shift your mindset to focus on the joy and the things that you do have instead of the things that you don't have, just naturally you're going to be a happier person and you're going to be more loving towards others because you're focused on positive, happy, high vibrational things. The next one is, burning down others' opinions doesn't make us right. It makes us arsonist. I love that because have you guys ever looked at TikTok videos? Like, it could be something totally like not controversial, not political, nothing. It could be like, this is my favorite lip liner. And some of the comments will be like, this lip liner is horrible. You should try this lip liner. Like, that's bad. Like, this is the best. It's like, they're just sharing a lip liner. Like, they're not saying this is the only lip liner I use. If you use any other one, you're horrible. It's like, people are allowed to have opinions. Like, I don't know what is going on. Like, you can agree to disagree with people. I'm best friends with some people who disagree with me on a lot of things. But on a soul level, we both agree to like be who we are and be authentic and live who we are. And that is something that I feel like is lost. It's a lost art. So bring it back. And I love that quote. I'm going to say it one more time. It was, burning down others' opinions doesn't make us right. It makes us arsonist. Sometimes you just need to love somebody instead of trying to force them to change, because most oftentimes they're not. And that's something, I'm obsessed with my nails. I'm sorry, I had to say it again because I'm holding the microphone and I'm like, it just doesn't feel like me. I feel like Lana Del Rey. I'm in my Lana Del Rey Season of the Witch era. Anyways. Okay, there's another one too that I saved. Okay, wait, this is the last one that I saved. No one expects us to love them flawlessly, but we can love them fearlessly, furiously, and unreasonably. Let me say that one more time. A lot of F's in there, so it's kind of tricky if you couldn't hear it. And all of these quotes are by Bob Goff, and they're in this book. The author of this book, Everybody Always, Becoming Love in a World Full of Setbacks and Difficult People. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Go get your copy. Anyways, let me say that one more time. No one expects us to love them flawlessly, but we can love them fearlessly, furiously, and unreasonably. Period. Love that. Love those. And like I said, like, this is my video. This is my little podcast episode to challenge you to choose love. To choose love in a difficult moment this coming week, whether it be, the cashier is having mistakes and is going a little bit slower, or like, oh my gosh, you got stuck in traffic. Oh my gosh, this thing happened. Oh, you have to do returns. Like, whatever the situation may be, even if it's not like, oh, this is like annoying. Why is this person so slow? Blah, blah, blah. Choose love. Choose love in that moment and act with love. I do have like some tips from the first couple of chapters I've read that I wanted to share with you on how to love difficult people. And this, maybe, okay, once I finish the book, we'll do a whole like another follow-up episode, because I think this is so timely and just, it's timeless, to be honest. Like, we all need to love and we all need to keep loving. But there were some points in the book so far that I really wanted to share. And the first one is like, how to love difficult people. Love them 3 minutes at a time. It can be very overwhelming when you look at somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, like, they push all my buttons. Like, I'm never going to be able to, like, I can't choose kindness when I'm around them. They just bring out this side of me that's negative and I don't like it. Okay, you're thinking too big. Love them 3 minutes at a time. How can you love them right now? And see them 3 minutes at a time. What are they doing right now? Do not think about all the things they're not going to, I know they're going to forget my birthday again. I know they're not going to show up for me for this. You're thinking way too far ahead. You're thinking days, weeks, months in advance. Right now, 3 minutes. How can you love this person even when it's difficult? What can you do in the moment? What are they doing in the moment too? 3 minutes at a time. When you're in situations with people that are difficult, deep breath, 3 minutes at a time. That's it. 3 minutes at a time. Okay, 3 minutes. 3 minutes at a time. Keep that in mind. The next one is put yourself in their shoes, which a good like example, I mean, you can put yourself in people's shoes, and then you can always like use if you don't have the same situation as somebody, you can kind of use like a replacement that would be comparative. Like, for example, like sometimes if I have an early flight and I'm trying to sleep because I'm like, oh my God, and there's a baby behind me, the baby's crying. Is it annoying? Yes. Do I know that the baby can't, the parents are trying to make it not cry? Like, yes, but still it's annoying. And sometimes I find myself like, getting like frustrated, like, oh my God, I'm so tired, I just want to sleep. Like, it's so like, tell your baby to stop crying, even though the baby doesn't understand that, and the parents want the baby to stop crying the most. I'll be like, okay, like if that was me, obviously if you had a baby, you could be like, you would get it. But I'm like, I don't have a baby. I don't even have a boyfriend. I don't have a baby right now. But I'm like, okay, I have a dog and I've traveled with my dog. And sometimes it's like my dog's whining or barking. And like, I get it. Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I'm so sorry. Like it's so loud. So like I put myself in those people's shoes and then I'm able to be like, you know what? Take a deep breath. It's okay. Deep breath. Maybe they need help with something. Maybe I can wave at the baby and it will stop crying. Like put yourself in people's shoes to the best of your ability, and you can always substitute things to try to, relate. Because I always say, even like with this podcast, I always say at the end of the day, we're so much more alike than we are different. Like everybody loves to point out people's differences. Oh, they're this, they believe in this, they support this. But it's like, let's, instead of focusing on the differences that divide us, let's focus on the things that bring us together. Like my friends who believe completely opposite things as me, like that's what we focus on. That's why we have a friendship, because I'm not somebody who just sits in disagreement, and we don't focus on the things that we don't have in common. We focus on the things we do have in common, Okay, the next one is try to love them in the very present moment, which is similar to the 3 minutes at a time, but this one's kind of like stemming with like reputation. People can change. Like I understand that. I've definitely changed and grown so much in a good way, and people can change in a good way, in a bad way, in a mature way, in an immature way. Like there's many different variations of change. And you have to accept that people can change. Like if I want to accept that people, if I'm thinking that if I want people to be okay with me changing, I have to be okay with them changing, which also means that, you can't hold everyone to the same past mistake if they've changed and they've shown you with evidence that they're focused on being a better person. Like me, I'm like, I used to have no boundaries. I changed, I matured, I worked through issues, and I grew boundaries so I could protect the people that I love, and I could make sure I was giving my energy to the best place and giving my energy to people who really valued it and who cared about me and who I also cared about in return. And so like I set boundaries, like I changed too. And if people would be like, well, no, why won't you do this anymore? Obviously like that, I would be like, okay, that person just was using me or whatever. So understand and just like remind yourself over and over again that people can change. And as long as look at people's actions, I always say that like in people's actions, it tells you, sometimes we say things because we're frustrated or sometimes we do that, but like love is an action. It's like, you have to be love. You have like love is a verb. You can't just be like, oh, I love this person. It's like, okay, but what have you done to show that you love them? Become the love. Like, let people know, because we like life is long, but we don't know how long. And like, you never know how alone somebody is, and you never know, just you even calling them, hey, I thought of you. It's not weird. I don't know why society has made it weird. I still write my friends' handwritten cards all the time, like not for any reason, just like, I love you so much, like miss you, like, and I'll send it in the mail, and I won't even tell them like, check your mail. I'll just like send it to them. They'll get it whenever they get it. Sometimes they don't even tell me they got it. Like, just show your love to people, even the people that make you frustrated. That's not saying you have to let them cross your boundaries, but it's, there's a way to show love and be loving somebody from a distance without letting them interfere with you and, crossing your boundaries, but still showing them love. So yeah, that's it for this episode. Once I finish this book, we should dive into it, because I highly recommend, if you're looking for a book, get it. So then we can have like a little virtual book club. One day we'll do an actual book club, a Lily Kincade actual book club. But I love y'all. Go stream Try to Run if you haven't. I'm really excited because, like I said, I'm releasing a song every month. So there's a song coming out in November too. I know it seems like a lot of music, but a song a month, because you know what? Life is long, but we don't know how long. Period. Anyways, I love y'all so much. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Send it to a friend. A lot of people don't even know. Even people that are like super Lily Kincade fans, they are like, you have a podcast? I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, I do. And I have a book. My book is over there. I'm going to give some more copies away too to y'all, because the holidays are almost here, and that's my holiday present to y'all. But anyways, let's finish off with our Kincadian affirmation, and then I'll let you go. Ready? Today is a wonderful day. I'm confident because I'm a problem solver. I always have options because I choose to be optimistic. Today I will learn something new, laugh, and make a difference in someone else's life. I love y'all so much. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you're on Spotify, leave a 5-star review, because we're growing and I love it, and I love y'all. So kisses, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your week. Remember to choose love, be love. I love you.